An electrical wire lying on the ground poses a great deal of hazard to life and property. As most of us are used to dealing with electricity in our homes, we may mistakenly think that we know how to safely handle a downed electrical wire.
Nothing could be further from the truth. High voltage electrical lines present different hazards than the common household 120 or even 220 lines. The primary line for PP&L is energized to 12,000 volts of electricity and can carry 100 amperes or more, as it only takes 51 thousandths of 1 ampere to kill someone. It is easy to see the extreme danger posed by a primary line lying on the ground. What we call common sense would tell us that as long as we avoid touching the wire, we should be safe. Unfortunately, common sense comes from the experience that we have had. Most of our experience with electricity comes from consumer electricity and electrical appliances. This means our common sense is based on experience with 120 volts of electricity that we're used to dealing with in our homes. 12,000 volts on the down primary line simply behaves in a manner that is beyond the scope of most people's experience. The experience we have with common household voltage tells us that most things do not conduct electricity. However, in reality, most things will conduct electricity if it is of sufficient voltage to overcome the electrical resistance in the material. What this means is something that will not conduct electricity at 120 volts will readily conduct at 12,000 volts at sufficient amperes to kill. An example would be concrete. Common sense would tell us that concrete will not conduct electricity. At 120 volts, this is pretty much true. However, concrete is a porous material, and how well it will conduct electricity depends largely on how much moisture it has in it. How much moisture it has in it depends largely on how much humidity is in the air. So even on a seemingly dry day, it may contain enough moisture to conduct electricity at 12,000 volts. Even more dangerous is the fact that as the humidity in the air changes, the ability to conduct electricity changes. This means that even though it may be safe to approach a wire at first, if the humidity in the air changes, your chance of being electrocuted changes along with it. This seems to run counter to common sense, which tells us if it was safe for one person to step over the wire, it is safe for us to step over the wire. The fact is, it is never safe to step over a primary wire. One person may get cause the humidity in the air changes. 5 minutes later, someone stepping over the same wire at the same spot in the same manner may be injured or even killed. For this reason, it is very important to treat the area around the wire as though it is energized to the point of being dangerous or even lethal.